Another page is on top.
Wonderful.
It looks like
One of this.
torn out of a novel.
Yes, it's a story. Oh, it makes me sad to read it.
Feels, yes, sad. The courageous one has heard this story before.
Oh, tell me. Tell us.
This is a common story on the Red Planet. This is our
Camelot story.
Yes, our Camelot story. And it's sad.
Yes.
It's more honest than your story, and he's chuckling.
Well, it doesn't take much to be more honest.
He's chuckling. And he says so much of our story, we'll call it our Camelot story, is about the pain of life, the pain of being alive.
Wow.
It's a fable about pain and courage and continuing on.
Yes.
In our story,
That feels true. Yes.
in our story,
Whew.
the Guinevere character is much more present than in your version of the story. Our Guinevere is a real queen. He says it like that, a real queen. And she deals with things on an extremely sharp level. He says sharp. She doesn't muddy things. She's very strong, very brave. And she is almost more the hero. In your story, she's just the king's wife who sleeps with his best friend.
Wow.
In our story, she's the king's wife who has a lot of opportunities to do a lot of things like sleeping with his best friend, but doesn't. And some of them she should have done. And that's part of the sadness. She keeps to her code. Sometimes it doesn't work out. It's a hard story to find a moral for, he says. He says part of why it's gotten all twisted is that people try to find morals to this story. And so they change up what actually happened, so that Guinevere is bad, or Arthur is bad, or Lancelot is bad, or the warriors from the other kingdom are bad. But really what it is a story about people learning lessons the hard way. Some of them. Sometimes getting through on grace. It's just a story about people dealing with the pain of life, sometimes in healthy ways, sometimes not, and moving on.
Onward to the goal. All of us living our soul plans, creating lives of joy and worlds that work. Onward to an awakened state of being.
And he says the ending is contested often by scholars. It's spoken of often because the ending, it ends mysteriously. They all rise up into the sky. And the story is that they become stars.
Yes.
But professors say it's out of place. The rest of the story is very realistic. It's all very story about people. And then in the end, in all the tellings, they become stars.
Wow. How wonderful. And what is left out is that is not the ending. That is only the ending from the vantage point of the people on Earth, or on the planet left behind, not Earth.
Laughing and nodding, yeah.
That they have become stars, whereas to the people who have become stars, they are simply still themselves at a new level, meeting new friends.
He's laughing and saying, that's true.
Yes.
That's the real story.
That's the real story. And so I see, check me on this, I
Yeah.
see on this page that there's the story, and it's
Yes.
compressed in an impossible way.
That's true.
And then at the bottom of the page, fully the bottom third of the page, is lines so that we can write in something.
Yes. That's true.
Well then, I think we have been delivered here to this point. So if I were a game theory would say, what
true.
this tells us is where we are at this point in the story, and now we write the rest of it.
Yes.
Well, how wonderful that is. Moose,
Yes.
what is your take on this? Channels up, target to target, strong upward flow.
I've never heard that story. This is an ambiguous story.
Do you know the movie Out of Africa?
No, he shakes his head.
It is my favorite movie,
Yes, I know that about you.
and it is ambiguous. There's no clear moral. It's wonderful.
Yes.
It's a story of striving and losing and moving on to the north.
Yes.
This keeps coming up, this particular movie.
Yes.
It's got a message for us.
Yes, it does. Many messages.
Many messages. We are supposed to do that today. What do you notice? That's what the voice is saying. First thing I notice is that how it was presented to us initially was not actually what we needed the most.
That's true.
Right? So let's be aware of that, that twice in this new dimension, twice within a half an hour,
That's
we've
true.
received that message twice.
That's true.
Let's not pretend that didn't happen. 2 squirrels came running at us saying that people are going to be squirrely here
That's
too,
true.
basically. Basically saying, friends, we maybe have not moved on far enough.
That's
right?
true.
Plus this looks like a northern European town.
Yes.
We're not to the North Pole.
No.
So this is just another resting point.
That's true.
So maybe we stay in this hostel overnight and then continue on in the morning.
Yes.